Welcome to Coach Magic, the show for the woman who is all in on creating a life, business, and family that's beyond her wildest dreams. I'm Jenny Fennig, and I am so excited to help you get confident, focused, and paid. Let's rewrite the rules and get moving in the direction of your deepest desires. Ready, set, go. Hey there, Jenny here. Welcome to another episode of Coach Magic. I am recording this episode a few hours before we leave for the airport. My family is heading to Sweden, and we are just so very excited and also feeling all of the feelings you have when you are going on a trip like this. We're going to be gone for a few weeks, and there is a lot to do. There's a lot to do. And creating this episode for you is important to me because this is how I help. This is how I serve. This is how I stay in touch with you. This is one of the ways I share my ideas, my voice, and we are able to connect. Okay. And so a few things I want to say in this show. Well, first off, the power of moving on a dream you have. Moving on a dream. This Swedish trip has been a dream for quite some time. And honestly, it's been a dream that my husband, Steven, has held more than I have. This trip is really, really important for him. And because it's important for him, it's important for me. He has a lot of longtime friends of his who live in Sweden, who I've met a few times, but he knows much deeper than I do. And then his family is also in Sweden, and his family is my family. And so this is something that I could tell how important this was to him. And we figured out how to make it happen. And it really is the realization of a dream. And it's interesting, as you have these dreams, sometimes they seem super complex and there's a lot of steps, and it feels like sometimes the steps are obstacles. But you really have to decide that you want the thing and you're willing to do what it takes. And so that was our decision here. We're willing to do what it takes. And isn't that such a great example that we see if you're watching the Olympics right now? They had to be willing to do what it took to make it to the Olympics. And for many athletes, they were trying to get to the Olympics too, and they didn't make it, okay? And then you see others who made it to the Olympics, and the games didn't go exactly the way that they hoped. Sometimes it's heartbreaking, right? And it plays out on a global stage. And so I just want you to really reflect on what is it that you're dreaming about? What is it that is in your vision? What won't leave you alone? Do you have this desire? Is there something you really, really, really want to do? And what are you waiting for? There will always be obstacles. There'll always be steps you're going to need to take. I mean, that's just life. And are you willing to take those steps? And so I'm calling this episode Willing and Worthy. I'm going to share a few concepts with you now, and then I'm going to hook you up with this really powerful meditation later on in the episode. When we get to that point, I'm going to encourage you to take that in when you can really receive it, when you can be in a place of peace and calm and just take it in. When we get to that segment of the episode, it's going to be just very powerful for you. You're going to listen to some powerful music in the background of the meditation. So I really hope that you enjoy that. I have created oodles of meditations through the years, and this is just one of them. And so in a bit, you'll be able to tune into that. And I want you to think about those words, willing and worthy. You've got to believe that you are willing to do the thing that you say you want to do, because talk is cheap, friends. It's really about the movement of your feet, the movement of your mouth, the movement of your hands, the movement of your body, okay, using the tools available to you. And then deeper than that, there is this concept of worthiness. You are worth what it is that you desire. You are worth being in that room. You are worth going on this trip. You are worth whatever. Whole idea of worth it. It's worth it. You are worth it. This is the way. And we can talk about this, but this is such an inside job. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. And the best of us have days where we might struggle with that at times. And so I'm here to remind you that you are worthy. You can have what it is that you desire, and you've got to be willing to go through that process and to be really intelligent about the moves that you make. That's the game. What are the moves? What are the steps? What are the actions? You can make it a lot harder than it needs to be, or you can rise above the distractions and the detours, and you can look at what are the most intelligent moves I can make here to help me accomplish this goal, to help me achieve what it is that I see in my vision, that I feel in my heart. Okay? And I want to just kind of take you on a bit of a tour of what I've been playing with this summer. And this has been quite a summer, hasn't it? I hope you are enjoying wherever you are and whatever it is that you're doing. And also just remind you that this is a season of time. It's a season of our lives. And eventually summer gives way to fall. And I'm remembering that too. And often I need to remind myself, hey, just be in summer. Be in summer. Fall's going to be here soon enough. And for me, my schedule changes drastically in the fall. How about you? And at that point, I'm going to have more space in my schedule and in my mind for certain projects, certain kinds of thinking that I am not doing right now because my kids are home. They've been engaged in a lot of different camps, but we've been all over the place. This has been a very, very active summer, and it's been awesome. All right. And so be in the season that you're in, be willing to be in the season that you're in, and know that you are worth enjoying that season, really being in that season, receiving the gifts of that season. And the way that you can do that as well, it would do it without guilt, do it without shame. And I say this because I have absolutely struggled with that through the years of like, oh my God, I should be working more. I should be doing. Listen, I'm human and I'm doing what I'm doing right now, period. Okay. Is that I got clear that when I am, quote, working, I'm actually doing that work. I have lasered in. And this is what I help clients do. This is where I am now in my trajectory of my work. Lasering in on the highest and best use of you, of me, doing the work. Back in the day, I spent too much time talking about my work and not enough time actually doing the work. It's the doing of the work that gives me a tremendous amount of joy. And it's not that talking about the work isn't also important, but my formula, what I have realized is I want to spend more time actually doing the work, actually helping the people in it. We're in it. We're in the process. And so laser focusing on this and doing it with the right people, that is everything. That's everything. And so try that on for size for you. See how that feels. See how that works. You've got to figure out what suits you and do it to the best of your ability. You do not need to compare yourself to all the other people on the internet streets. Watch out for that. It's prevalent. This comparison trap will crush you. You don't need that. You don't have time for that. It is a waste. I saw an incredible show recently, a concert, a performance, and it was just what I needed. Oh my goodness. Beck. If you've ever seen Beck in concert, you listen to Beck's music, I adore Beck. And he came to my community, to this incredible venue called Tanglewood. And if you're ever in the Berkshires, Western Massachusetts, you've got to check out Tanglewood. It's only doing its thing in the summer, okay? It's an outdoor music venue, and it's just fabulous. And Beck came. Beck was amazing. Beck performed with the Boston Pops, and he's just incredible. He's so fabulous. He's so funny. He's so talented. I mean, what a musician, what a performer, what an entertainer. And he's just an interesting dude. And as I said that, this gorgeous cardinal flew by, this beautiful red bird. So I feel like that bird has a message for all of us today. Okay, and so after I saw the show with Beck, I then became really interested in learning more about Beck and his backstory and what's his family situation like. I just got curious. And it was great. I learned a lot about him. I encourage you to do that too. The people that you really respect and admire out there who are doing interesting work, go and dig a bit deeper. If they've written a book, you can read a book that they've written or watch a show about them. Like, there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of get into someone's mind and look at their creative process, because I find that really, really interesting. And there's a lot you can learn for yourself and apply it to your own creative process and how you work. And so I came across this interview that he had done, and a takeaway from that interview was doing the thing, creating the thing that you most want to exist in the world. Take that in. Are you doing that right now? Have you lost sight of what that is? The assignment truly is that. Do the thing, create the thing, invest in the thing that you most want to exist in the world. When you look at it from that lens, decision-making, prioritization becomes a lot simpler. Right? We don't have to overcomplicate this. And I honestly feel like if you are online too much, if you just are consuming everyone else's stuff and everyone else's ideas at the detriment of your own, then you are going to be all over the place, diluted, confused. You will feel not worthy because you will look outside of yourself so much. You'll think that everyone else is further along and has more to say and more interesting things to say than you do. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to really laser in, put on blinders, and just do the thing. Do your thing. Be willing. You are worthy. Be willing. You are worthy. It's so incredibly important. Let yourself feel joy. Let yourself follow these instincts that you have. You know, if there's someone like that, the Beck example that you really want to go check out in person, you want to be around that energy, you want to receive something from their incredible journey and their talents, then go do that. You never know what's going to happen when you get yourself in that environment, how it's going to inspire you and what you create next and what you put out there. Okay? This is the game. This is the assignment. Final piece here before I share this meditation with you is be really, really mindful of your energy right now. Obviously, I live in the United States. I'm about to go to Europe for a bit, take a little breather from the US because sometimes we need little breaks. Things are going to get really, really intense over these next 100-ish days, okay? We're in an election season here, and we're going to be exposed to a lot. And I just want to call a spade, okay? I know where I stand, and I encourage you to know where you stand. You don't have to have everyone agree with you. I don't have to have everyone agree with me. I know where I stand, and I know what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to move through the next few months to know that I did what I could do during this time to be at peace with how I used my voice, my platform, my influence to make a difference, to create the world that I most want to exist, you see? And so I had to put that out there. I want to make that point because you have a voice. Your voice matters. Your vote matters. So please make it count. Be willing. It's worth it. Be willing. It's worth it. Tying back to the theme of this episode. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the meditation. I look forward to connecting with you upon my return from Sweden. I am so looking forward to this trip. I think it's so important to go see the world, to go be a part of different cultures and different environments. It lets you see that we live in this giant, giant world. It also can feel very small at times because you'll have these connections. You're like, what? It's just so, so incredibly important. So I encourage you to go and travel and eat different foods and be around all different kinds of people. It just makes a difference in how we live in this world and how we lead in this world. And gosh, go do it. Go do it. All right. Enjoy the meditation. Be well. And we'll connect again soon. Hello, beautiful magic maker. Welcome to this meditation. I just finished a workout and I decided to come on right now and meditate with you. So welcome to this meditation on willing and worthy. That is our theme. That is what we're going to be playing with. And I invite you to simply tune in and receive. Tune in and receive this transmission around this idea that you are worthy just as you are, and there is power in knowing what you are willing to do to have the kind of life that you want, have the kind of business that you want, do the work that you want to do in this world. So settle in for this special time that you get to have right now. I want to share a quote from Viola Davis. She's one of my favorite actors. And she said this: there's no prerequisites to worthiness. You are born worthy. And I think that's a message a lot of women need to hear. Deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Find yourself a comfortable seat and let's have this beautiful conversation and receptivity around this concept of worthiness, shall we? When I meditate, I tend to cross my legs. That's available to me. You don't have to do that. You can keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. You can be lying down for this. Some people can really meditate and walk. You know, there's a whole thing that you can discover about yourself when it comes to meditation. But this is really an opportunity for you to decide what it is. Decide what it is for you. How do you want to play this game? How do you want to do this thing? Okay. Close your eyes if that feels right to you. Keep them open if that is a more aligned choice for today. I just heard a beautiful quote from one of my fitness instructors. She said, choose what you want to change today and choose what you want to stay the same. Choose what you want to change today and choose what you want to stay the same. So deep breath into that. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Feeling yourself expanding around this idea of innate worthiness, innate value. You have magic inside of you. You have a message to share. You have lives to touch. You have problems to help solve. Deep breath in. Exhale. Feel yourself deepening into the earth, feeling held up, heart shining forward. Who are you here to be? How have you been holding yourself back? What stories have you been believing in your head? Are those stories actually true? Or can you today choose a new story? Choose to walk another road. Choose to begin a fresh chapter. Deep breath in. Exhale. Feel the cells rearranging themselves in your body right now. When you choose to meditate, when you choose to receive this energy, something inside of you changes. And so today you've chosen to change that. Congratulations. Deep breath in. As you sit in this silence right now, in this quiet, in this space, what is it that you most desire to experience right now? Is there something that is ready to come through you? Is there something you want to bring forth? Is there an experience you want to lead for your people? Is there a message you want to share? Is there something you need to say? There are people right now who are listening, and they are eager to hear from you. Deep breath in, exhale. Your opportunity now is to, as H.L. Hunt said, decide what you want, decide what you are willing to exchange for it. Establish your priorities and go to work. Listen to my words now. You've been told that you are someone, you are a certain way, you can have a certain thing. That someone like you can have that. Someone like you can do this, but you can't have that and you can't do that. What are you willing to change today, and what are you choosing to stay the same? This might be the wake-up call you needed to decide to do it differently, to decide that you're not going to do it halfway, you're going to go all the way. Maybe today's the day you decided you're going to shake things up in your industry, shake things up in your family, shake things up in your community. Deepen into this vibration, this knowing, this being, this feeling. See in your mind's eye what you are calling in. Feel it. Feel the feeling of having it. Feel that feeling of having it. Trust your desires. Trust that if you want it, if you want to experience this, you are worth having it. You are worth experiencing this. You are worth doing this. Bet on yourself. Choose you. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel your heart beating. You are alive. You woke up today. You get to do this thing. You get to live. You get to breathe. You get to be in this body. You get to love people. You get to feel what it is to be you. And you can share that love with your people. You can share that message that you are here to share. You all have a story. You have something that you've gone through. You have something that you're going through now. And your willingness to share what you know, to share your own journey, to follow that impulse and to make it real, to not keep it to yourself, get it out there. That will take you on the ride of your life. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, come back to this moment, come back to this space. Trust that anything that got rearranged inside of you today was meant to be rearranged in that way. You are worthy just because. And I encourage you to be willing to do what needs to be done, to have those things that you want, to do those things that you want, to be the person you came here to be. You have got this, magic maker. This is Jenny Fenig, sending you all the best. I look forward to the next time we connect. Until then, keep making your magic, keep sharing it, and trust that you are worthy of all that you desire. Be willing to take that next right step.